Hey there, welcome to PhD Weekly, episode 13. This is a weekly series where I vlog and share with you an idea or something that I'm learning, as well as a highlight or stressor throughout my week in grad school. And this week is really just all about just keep going. Whatever work you're doing, whatever research you're working on, keep at it, keep digging through it, because the more you stay consistent, the more you build your brick of knowledge, your foundation towards wherever you want to go next. And so my really lesson for this week or idea is I think try to find synergies throughout grad school, even during your first year or even before you enter grad school, to where you can find sort of synergies and create opportunities for yourself in grad school. What's one example that I mean by that? A big one, I think, that some people do tend to miss out on is before you start grad school, when you have all this extra free time in the summer or spring or whatnot, really dig into what areas of research do you want to rotate in and explore? And if you know the specific niche that you want to dive into, find ways to build synergies off of that. So what I mean more specifically, rotation one, dive into the lab where you are the most excited for. Then from there, in rotation two, are there collaborators from your rotation one that you can go and now work with to sort of work in your original rotation, but in a different perspective or from a different light, where you can either learn new tools or learn a different approach that might complement your original approach, right? Find ways where you can continue to strengthen collaborations between the labs that you're interested in. So, for example, for me, I know I've been into computational microbiology. So, really, all my rotations have been either like something like metagenomics and DNA methylation and like wastewater. It's primarily been those two. And then all throughout, I'm building new computational skill sets on like analyzing different data sets. But no matter what rotation I go into, I'm developing those skill sets and building off of collaborations from previous rotations. So I went from rotation where I worked on wastewater, then went to another lab where they work on wastewater and tool development. And then now I'm working more on like wastewater and like machine learning pipeline development. And so I'm finding these ways to create synergies between the different labs that I'm rotating with, and they all kind of collaborate with each other already. So if you can get very specific about the particular research area you want to dive into, great. Of course, take a research rotation or two and like explore completely different areas. Maybe you want to do both omics, but also like cryo-EM work or some sort of like imaging work. Great. Figure out like that area that you want to commit the next few years of your life to. But all I'm saying is try to find ways where you can create synergies between the different labs, as well as, especially during your first year, take time to actually apply to fellowships, to apply to different opportunities, internships, or whatnot that you might actually be interested in. You definitely have time, even during your classes, because I think, especially the fellowship applications, if you struggle through it now, it's going to suck. But then when you go and take the courses on how to apply to grants, then for your second year after or during really qualifying exams, you're more prepared on how to present your research. You're more prepared on how to approach the structure of how you're going to present your research, at least in the writing aspect. And so I know for me, this is now my second time applying for the GRFP, the National Science Foundation's Graduate Research Fellowship Program. Even if I don't get it, I have a much stronger approach to applying to grants. So next year, when I do apply for, my qualifying exam, but other grants, um, I've already had like two years or two attempts at building a grant and applying and having that exposure to thinking through my research and how to present it in writing. Whatever you're at, whatever you're doing, just keep going. Continue to build energy, synergy, and opportunities in whatever area it is you want to conduct research in, whether that's collaborations in your research or finding opportunities to be able to write for fellowships or grants or whatever small prizes or awards you can find, or even actual research papers. Just keep working on that. That's my advice. Of course, don't have to take it, but that's been my experience of if you can really be proactive in building off of your research rotations, once you pick a lab and you go into more of your qualifying exams, you already have you can use your first year of rotations to build off of each other. And now you have so much more time prepared in that specific area that you want to then go ahead and like defend for. Anyways, now that was really the idea lesson for this past week. But a feelings update overall, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling focused. I'm really enjoying the research process in this current rotation. It's been a lot of analysis work, working on two parallel analyses. So just juggling between the two, plus a side project. So very busy, but it's been a lot of fun, really enjoying the experience. And then additionally, I think a stressor for this past week has been there's this quantitative and computational methods class that I'm taking. It's very heavy on the like linear algebra, very heavy on stats and theorems and things like that. So I don't have the strongest mathematical background. So it's just really been taking time to self-teach myself the material, read through books, watch videos and whatnot, and just self-teach myself a lot of the background information that it's been 3-4 years since I've really thought about math in that perspective again. So it's just really removing the dust and the cobwebs and just getting back into the mathematical thinking of computational biology. Then I would say a highlight for the week has I've really just been enjoying the research process and enjoying the people I get to do my research with. I think everybody's really cool. The cohort in my PhD, everybody's great, and really just enjoying the collaborative aspect to the PhD program. So I'm just really enjoying that. Overall, it's been a really great week, just grinding through, just trying to keep going and find new opportunities throughout this next few years of my PhD. Wherever you're at, just keep going. You got this. You can do this. And I'm rooting for you. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.